All right, so back again, still in the hotel room. I know I just did the book update from the same position in the same hotel room, but I had to do two videos because some of the content obviously doesn't go together. It'd be super confusing. So today I wanted to do a video on your core group, right? I had a conversation with a young kid. He's 22 years old, fairly new to the industry, right? And he's been asking me a million questions, and he's kind of a timid little guy, but he's entertaining. Kind of reminds me of myself, so it's rather entertaining to talk to him. But so we got to talking about the book and all that, because that's pretty much all I ever talk about is the book, because well, I really haven't done anything else interesting. But so we're talking about it, and we get to the subject of friends, your core group, right? Like, he was lucky enough to grow up with brothers and like real blood brothers. So I mean, that's a benefit, unless they're dicks. And then, well, what are you gonna do? But we were chatting, and I started talking about my group, the people I grew up around, my clan, my friends, my group, right? And for the longest time, like as I was growing up, I believed in this code, these rules, right? That this group all believed in, or so I thought. And I believed in this code because it was explained to me that this was the end all be all set of rules. Like, as long as we don't break these rules, we'll always have each other. And that shit was true for a while, but over time, people grow up, people move on, people change their opinions, but there was still a pretty solid group of us that, we still kicked it together. But that's like anything else, man. That shit changes. People's opinions change, and people grow and move on, and it's just life. It's part of life. It absolutely is. But while you're going through these processes, if you're lucky to lock down some solid dudes from your group, that's cool. But for me, it was pretty different. The core group that I palled around with, consequently, are pretty much the worst human beings, unfortunately, for the large percentage of them. And from an outside looking in, that's kind of tragic. It's kind of sad, but some of them, they're just not around because they don't bring nothing to the table. I got to a point in my life where I really had to start looking at who I associated with. And I didn't believe those rules that you are who you hang out with. I'm an individual. I can make my own choices, but truth of the matter is if you hang out with 6 criminals, it's likely that you're going to be the 7th criminal, and if you hang out with 6 losers, you're likely going to be the 7th loser, and that's just how that works. That's just how that works. There really isn't any way around it. And that was the path I was on, in all honesty. And it's not that they were losers. It's, they were dealt a raw deal, and they didn't see that there's a possibility of changing it. So over time, we grew further and further apart, and, I don't shun them. I'm not, you know what I mean? But, we don't kick it. We're not homies. We're not friends. I've outgrown these people, and, a few of them are pretty butthurt about that, and that's fine. They've said some pretty harsh shit, and, the truth of the matter is, man, maybe it's me that outgrew you. Maybe that's your opinion, but, maybe instead of me, maybe it's your priorities are fucked up, Maybe it's you that's the problem. Maybe it's you that failed to grow, and you failed to change, and you failed to do anything useful with your life, and then because you're so pissed off about how shitty and pathetic your life is, you want to attack me for working hard and committing to things and changing who I was. Because, These are the same guys that know that I loved eating painkillers. I love getting fucked up and getting in bar fights and getting in trouble, and that's what I like doing. Now I changed that shit. All of a sudden I wasn't cool no more. That's kind of weird, you know. I'm pretty cool when I'm doing the same dumb shit that you guys are doing, but if I want to better myself, I'm no longer cool. So that's kind of a weird message to send to people. But you know, during the process, man, I can easily say I shed some dead weight for sure. I do talk about it in the book, you know, quantity over quality. You know, I believed, you know, that the more friends I had, the more popular I was, and this gave me some kind of street cred or power or whatever. And all that's bullshit. It all is. Same shit with that homie code and the G code and the bros before hoes code and all that shit's garbage. It's all fucking nonsense put out by insecure people that just want to control other insecure people because they don't want you to do better. Because if you're doing better, it's harder to control you. And that's just how it is. Because the minute I started doing shit for myself and started worrying about me and me first, I'm part of the me first movement. And that should be the movement you're part of. Because if you don't put yourself first and you're always constantly giving and giving and giving, eventually you're going to run out of shit that you got. You're going to run out of, you know, your energy and your time and your effort. And at the end of the day, like, if you're not getting a return on your investment, then why are you even doing it? You know, I literally had people sitting at my table that were my friends, you know, that were stealing from me, that were lying to me, that were deceiving me, you know, but then when you call them out for it, they talk to you like you're the asshole. Well, you know, maybe I am the asshole. I am the asshole because you were able to get over on me, and that was good. That was clever. Good for you, I guess. I guess that's, you know, whatever that come up you got, I hope that was worth it, buddy, because, you know, I really believed in the code. I really thought that was something to believe in, but, you know, here I am, 40 years old. That shit ain't real. That shit doesn't mean a fucking thing. It doesn't. It's garbage. It's no good. It's the same quality as hotel toilet paper. Just flush that shit away. It don't mean shit. Okay? People you need to be protecting, the people that need to be at your table, the people that have your back, people that have weathered the fucking storm, that's the people you need to keep in your group. You know, I've learned this lesson the hard way. You know, and it's unfortunate, and through the process I've hurt people. And albeit it was not my intention to hurt people, it really wasn't, but I was lost and broken and fucked up, and you know, consequently I did hurt people. And, you know, luckily most of them have forgiven me for it, but they also forgave me for it on the you know, because they've seen the effort that I put into changing. They've seen the effort that I put into, you know, actually being who I was destined to be instead of a follower. Somebody that believes in some kind of code that doesn't make any fucking sense. You know, a code that the same homeboys can't even follow themselves, but they expect you to follow it. You better toe the line, son. So, as I was explaining all this, that young man, you know, he just sat there silently taking it all in and listening, and it was nice to be able to share that information with somebody before they get caught up in a trap, because that's what it is. You know, these deceivers will be out there and they'll fill your head full of bullshit, and they'll make you feel like you kind of owe them your loyalty, and that's a sick feeling. It's to feel like you actually owe somebody a part of you. Because what? We went to grade school together? What, we did karate together? I'm not tied to you. I'm not tethered to you. You're not my blood. Shit, most of the time, Holmes, I can't even depend on you. So, you wonder why I cut some of you jackasses loose? Well, it's because right now, if I had to go looking for you, I'd go down to the Mugshot Saloon there in Wasilla, Alaska, and you'd be sitting at the end of the bar talking about how fucking cool you were back in high school, You ain't done shit. You're fat. You're bald. You're divorced. Probably got a coke habit. On probation. That's why I bailed on you guys. It's nothing personal. It's just business. See, in my circle right now, I got dependable people. I got my old lady. I know she's got my back. And we fight like two cats in a wet sack. I mean, but she's got my back. She knows she's got my best interests. I got my mom, my sister, my dad. You know, I got my buddy Dave Dinger. I know you're going to watch this. So, shout out to Dave Dinger. These are the people I need in my circle. I don't need the homeboys. I don't need 40, 50, 60 friends. I really don't. I'm not searching for clout. I don't need people filling my head full of bullshit. I don't need people sitting at my table that don't deliver, a decent product. They don't have anything for their return. Like, if I'm going to invest in you, I'm going to invest in you because I believe in you. I don't have to get anything physical out of that. What I gain from putting my time in you and watching you succeed is just the joy of watching you succeed. I'll support you. If you're my friend, you're in that circle, you're in that clique, I got you, buddy. It's ride or die. I don't want to die for you. It sounds like it sucks, but if it came down to it, I would. But, that's what you need to remember. Especially you younger dudes, like, all hyped up out here thinking that shit, you're bulletproof. You run around with these dudes playing dangerous ass games, dude. Dangerous. It's crazy. Every time we turn on the news or Facebook, it's always some kind of crazy shit going on, and it's over some dumb shit. Y'all need to walk away. Find a different clan. Find a different crew. Find somebody else that, does something useful. Shit. I'm worried about the future, man. Because, hell, I thought we were a bunch of messed up idiots growing up, but now, it's not looking real good. But, that's really the message, guys. So if you're going to bring people into your circle, you're going to have people sit at your table, you're going to call them family regardless if they're blood related or not. You need to know who's sitting at your table, and if they don't bring shit to that table, they're constantly there with their hands out, and they don't do shit, they lie, cheat, and steal, nah, you don't need them. Cut them loose. Get yourself about 3 or 4 really good motherfuckers. That's what you need. You need a solid group, somebody you can depend on. See, right now, I can tell you, I can get locked up in jail in California, and I could call Dave Dinger. Dave Dinger would come get my ass out and not even ask a fucking question. Now, he wouldn't be super thrilled about having to go to California because all the liberals and shit, and he might catch a cold there, but he'd come get my ass. He would. And eventually I'd have to explain. And if it wasn't a good enough reason, he'd probably call me a dumbass. But that's the relationship. That's the friendship right there. That's my boy. So, you need to find yourself some Daves. That's what you need. Keep that circle tight. Cut all that other wasted shit out. I mean, you're literally giving parts of your life to these people. You need to make sure it's worth it. Think about that shit. Because you're only going to get a few years on this planet, and the way you spend it is actually kind of important. So, I don't know, guys. Like I said in previous videos, I'm just some old dude, just some dumb kid trying to drop some of that knowledge on you younger guys. Hopefully I can keep most of you out of prison or out of the coffin or out of the mortician's office, but fuck, it's ultimately up to you. I mean, you're in charge. You're the captain of your own damn ship, so, I can say all the shit I want. If you listen, you listen. If you don't, you don't. I mean, it is what it is. But at least think about it. I know damn well if I could do it over again, I would have definitely looked for a higher quality of persons to hang around. Because I definitely spent a lot of years dumbing myself down to fit into a group that I was basically a fucking tourist, and it really didn't shake out too good for me. So, you know, that's my shit though. That's all I got, guys. Still, like I said, I'm gonna keep dropping that old dude knowledge on you. Hopefully, it helps a couple people. Yeah, I'm gonna get off this thing. Love y'all. See you on the next one.